All right, welcome to another episode of Churd in the Turd. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And today's show is brought to you by Orbeez, your rodent and computer accessory emporium. Whether you need a new mouse or a new mouse, come out to Orbeez.
Orbeez, we have the meese.
Thank you. And also, I wanted to say it's a very special episode because, Brad, I don't know if you knew this, but there is a special guest. Actually, there are special guests.
I did not know this.
Yes. What? The Bohos are here.
Oh, no.
The Bohos are here.
I was like, who are the special guests?
You are, Boho.
Ooh.
If you're not aware of who the Bohos are, they are a secret government organization who are the sharpshooters of the bows. See that?
Oh.
Comes right back to him.
Right back to me.
Yep. And sometimes Brad is our target.
Ow.
I wouldn't shoot Brad, even though I've specifically remember Brad point blank shooting me in the head with a Nerf gun. Unexpected.
Did that happen, Brad? Can you confirm?
That did happen.
Why did that happen?
It was deserved.
Deserved how?
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
Yes.
He deserves everything that happens to him.
Ooh, shot the apple right off your head. Like
Welcome
that,
to the jungle.
dude. Welcome.
You're just a regular old William Tell.
Yeah.
Call me Willie.
That was really the only.
Who's William Tell?
I'm never going to call you Willie.
Who's William Tell? Willie Tell?
Here we go.
Willie.
Churd exposing his ignorance again.
Willie Tell. Willie Tell. Yes or no? Oh.
Will he tell you
No.
the truth?
He won't.
Okay.
Yes. So that was really the only troll we had. We know how much you love the Bohos and wish you were a part of them, and we wanted to let you know. If you start to respect the Bohos, they might consider you.
I've never wished to be a part of the Bohos. I find the Bohos annoying to the max, to the nth degree. And I wish that they would.
Because you're not one.
Yes.
That
You
is
hate us
not-
'cause you
that's
ain't
not
us.
why.
You hate us because you ain't us.
I hate Nazis, and
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
one
different.
of them.
They're amoral. We fight for good.
Do
and
you
justice.
though?
Yeah.
Because you're shooting me with the bows.
Yeah. I think that proves our point.
Oh, okay.
You are bad.
All right. Fine.
You a bad boy.
Fine. I'm bad.
You're the
Whatever.
baddest person in history.
bird.
Not wanting to be a boho makes me bad. I guess I'm bad.
Well, you
Ooh.
couldn't hang. That's why.
Yeah.
I remember when we were getting these bows, and it was a big decision.
It
Brad had
was.
enough to get the bows with us, and what did you get instead, Brad?
Yeah.
I got a.
What'd you get?
What did you
I
get?
got a little tiny computer vacuum.
A USB micro vacuum.
Why did you get that, Brad?
I thought it would be useful, and it is.
Is it?
It can clean dust off your computer.
I'll give him that. It in the filter does have a little like brownish color to it, but in the actual canister, I've never seen anything in it. So I think it works. Like for how many tickets did you pay for that?
I don't remember.
We got these from Dave & Buster's.
These were cheaper. That's for dang sure.
Full disclosure, the Bohos are completely made up, and RJ and I do not work for the government. Wink. I'm winking into the mic so you guys can see it.
Wink wink.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Squink. All right. So, we have been doing this podcast for 3 weeks now. This is our third episode, if you weren't aware. And, RJ had a good point. Maybe you guys just don't know us well enough.
I don't think they do.
So we thought we should let you guys get to know us. However, instead of making our own introductions about who we are, we thought we would ask each other our own introductory questions. And the rules of this, let's call it a game, because we're fun-loving guys. You have to be willing to answer your own question in order to ask another person.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this was your idea. You want to start us off?
Oh, I didn't really prepare any questions. That's the problem.
That's fine.
Yes, I'll start us off.
Okay. Okay.
First question. We'll keep it simple and we'll keep it classy. If you had to pick one restaurant to eat at for the rest of your life, what restaurant would that be?
Blimpie.
Blimpie, the subs?
Hands down. I would eat there for every meal. I would do that now if I could, but the nearest Blimpie is over 2 hours away. It's very disappointing, and I have actually taken treks of many hundreds of miles to simply find one Blimpie.
Your existence
So I
is
could
so
get a sub.
sad.
It must be a good sub.
always
I don't
get
think I've ever had one.
Oh.
I've had a Blimpie sub.
What's the sub to get at Blimpie?
Oh, I was get the same thing. Foot-long turkey on Italian, double meat, lettuce, pickles, and mayonnaise.
That does sound good.
Ooh.
Oh, don't do that face. Don't do that.
Ooh.
Don't do that.
Let
I'm
me
not
see
ready for that.
I
I
ate
didn't
his
have-
liver with a foot-long sub.
I like your spin on Hannibal Lecter. He's a cannibal but puts everybody on subs.
Yeah.
And what would you eat at?
I would have to go with Fred's.
Wow, where's Fred's?
So
That's
Fred's is actually
ridiculous.
in Florida. I would compare it to an all-you-can-eat Cracker Barrel, but better food than Cracker Barrel.
Sure.
So,
Are they racist too?
not that I saw. No.
You are offending our Cracker Barrel
No.
demographic.
No, yeah, I don't get political when I go into Cracker Barrel. Though.
They've.
I go
it's-
for the food.
This is a public record. You can Google it.
Oh, okay, I go to the Cracker Barrel for the food, not the opinions. All right. I keep opinions out of my eating because if I had opinions, it would be very negative opinions. of
Yeah,
myself while
seriously. I
ate.
mean, if the food is good, you can. Man, I don't know. It depends on how good, but I'd be willing to sacrifice a lot of my morals for good food.
well, like Chick-fil-A. Would you go to Chick-fil-A?
I have and do.
I did see that Hitler had a great recipe for pot roast.
Yeah, but according to last week, he is not the worst person in history.
That is correct.
Like, who is the worst person?
Do we have
ever?
to do this right now? I mean, these are our intros. This is
You know exactly who the
Okay.
worst person in history is.
okay.
Me,
So I
it's
guess
me.
my answer is White Castle, just to move things along.
Okay.
I love White Castle.
Really?
Yeah,
I think they have good mozzarella sticks.
they do. I like the chicken
so
rings
odd.
too. Yeah,
I haven't had a White Castle burger for
they're good, man.
years.
They're good. You got
a long time.
You can
There's
eat them
one-
in one bite.
Dude, I agree, but you got to make sure to chew because if you try to swallow, you'll choke.
You found that out the hard way?
I had a twin
Oh.
when he was
Until how old?
I absorbed him in the womb, and he was about the size of a slider.
Wait,
and
is
I almost
this-
choked.
I was gonna say, is
get
this
it.
a true story?
No, no. This is
Because
totally
I do know somebody that was a twin and was absorbed.
Now you have the strength of a grown man and a little baby.
I have the obesity of 4 men.
And you eat like a newborn.
Yes. No, I drink a lot of water when I eat. RJ knows that.
A lot of water.
No, no.
A lot of water.
All right. Okay. Here,
Are we sure it's water?
It's water.
Okay.
yes.
I drink a
Although,
lot of water too.
well, RJ was trying to get us to drink pee last week.
Well, no, I recommended that Brad do it.
You would never recommend that if you didn't secretly want to do it yourself.
Well, I mean, I can't say I'm a little curious. I'm definitely like, if a survival, if it called for it, like I want to be prepared. I want to know what to expect when I'm about to drink my own pee.
I
Because
expect
then-
it to be gross.
If I'm hydrated and I drink my own pee, then when I'm really dehydrated and I drink my own pee, it's going to be so much better than when I actually remember being hydrated drinking my pee.
And you love it now, so it'll be like amazing then.
Yeah, I've never done it.
So you
Is it the
claim.
golden solution to survival?
Sometimes it's clear.
It's just a joke.
Oh.
If you're dehydrated, it's not going to be though.
Yes. If your pee is golden, drink some water or go to the doctor.
So, okay. I think we learned a lot about each other just from if you had to eat at one restaurant for the rest of your life. I love
Dude,
it.
one
Thank you.
question just snowballs.
I do. I do love White Castle. That was not a joke. My wife, the first couple weeks of dating, she won free White Castle for a year. So I knew I was going to date her for at least a year.
Yeah.
And then I put a chicken ring on
How'd
it.
you win free White Castle?
What was that magazine on OSU's campus, U Weekly?
Oh,
That
yeah.
one? They had contests like that all the time. So
So what was the limit on the White Castle?
it was only a sack of 10 once a week. But
Still.
yeah, I mean, she didn't eat that much, so I got at least 9.
White Castle, if you see this, we need some sliders, please.
Yeah, we'll accept sponsors.
We will, and we'll
Yeah,
eat them
send
right
them
here.
down.
We'll
I
eat
mean,
'em.
right now we're eating from Orbeez.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good idea, though, for one of our podcasts is that we get a crave crate, 100 White Castles, and try to finish it between us.
Cake.
Cake?
Do you think we could eat 100?
100? Yeah.
I've
If
seen,
that's- if
I've
that's-
seen Brad eat yeast rolls, and if you could eat yeast rolls like he
Golden
does.
Corral, also good choice.
If that's all we're eating, 100, I think we could do it.
All right, well, then it looks like we have an idea for next one.
Knowing how much you guys are capable
How much
of
are
eating.
100 just price-wise?
I've done it before.
30
It's been a
bucks?
while though. No, it's more than $30.
Oh.
I think it's like 50.
$50.
It could be more. I mean, we have the internet right
Whew.
now. We could figure it out, but
Yeah.
let's not take the time.
No.
Okay, good. Great question, RJ.
Thank
Thank
It's
you.
always better to speculate than to actually establish facts.
Yes. Yes. So thank you for preparing and not half-assing this podcast. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, every week I come prepared.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
What do you think is the sexiest farm animal?
A duck.
Man, that was mine.
You would fuck a duck?
I know somebody who would. Daisy Duck. Daisy Duck.
So this is a question that RJ asked a lot, way before we even had the inkling of a podcast. He really wanted to know if people would fuck a duck. And he asked somebody randomly, would you fuck a duck? And without hesitation, this person answered, Daisy Duck.
Yep. There was no like he had thought about it before.
Yeah. So as this question, the sexiest farm animal, you're asking us as people, not... Well, it depends on what you're into, man. I mean...
What are you into?
I don't know.
That's what I'm asking.
I mean, I've seen cows give birth at the fair, and it's pretty graphic and it's memorable. So I don't count them as the sexiest at all. So you were worried.
I
you
was
worried, see?
extremely scared.
I'm a little worried that John's actually thinking about the sexiest.
You put this in my head, Brad, not me. I was gonna go duck because the way they waddle.
Well, you got to go classic duck.
I mean, it is sexy in a way.
I don't actually think ducks are.
Oh, me neither at all. I hate ducks.
I love their giant corkscrew penises.
Hey,
We
we'll
might
talk
have
about
a
female ducks.
We might have a guest on the show that we'll talk about why we are asking this question.
yeah, the sexiest barnyard animal. I don't know.
None of the above.
Yeah, right. I've never really thought of animals in that way, but I mean,
Well, here I can help you out a little bit. Think of eating as sexy. Which one would you prefer to eat the most?
well, that would be a cow, but
Okay,
I don't.
there you go.
I've just
Brad?
established.
What?
Well, what's your answer, Brad? You have to
My,
answer.
my answer would definitely be horse.
Okay, and the logic behind this.
Clydesdale.
Well, if you think about it, you could just put the horse, like, in a barn or something like that, so the front half of it was hidden. You could just pretend it was a centaur.
But then you'd also have to pretend that centaurs exist.
All right, this question is
That's easy.
that's easy.
Wait, you have a lot of issues with a lot of people just believing, but that one you could just, yeah, centaurs are real.
Were you there when somebody tried to convince me that unicorns were real, and they pulled up a picture of a fossil of a? They're like, look, this is a fossil, and it was one of those big suckers that you get at like Cedar Point that looked like it was stuck in the cement. One of
I
those
sent you that
swirly-
picture as a joke.
Oh yeah,
Someone was trying to say unicorns were real, and I just Googled fossil unicorn, and it was clearly one of the suckers.
Well, their reasoning was that unicorns are real strictly because they're in the Bible.
Are they though?
I could Google that right now. but-
There are many things in many books that makes them real.
And centaurs are in books, so
That
touche,
is absolutely
touche,
true.
touche, touche.
Touche.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's my turn. Okay. See, mine always have to do with food too. So restaurants was a good question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If you had to live in any movie's universe as yourself, you don't get to be one of the main characters. What universe would you pick? Now, I will say this. You have knowledge about that universe. You know it's a movie universe. So you can kind of play off that, but you are not one of the main characters.
But like if everybody has special powers in that universe, you would get.
Well,
those.
that's the thing. Think about it. Yeah, you like, oh, there's X-Men, there's Spider-Man. Not every. I mean, the majority of people in the Marvel universe do not have powers. But you also know, well, I know where Spider-Man gets his powers, so I could push him out of the way and get bit by the spider myself.
Yeah, like where are we at in the time frame of the universe?
You pick when you enter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, does it have to be like a whole movie, like series?
No, it
universe,
doesn't.
Or
It
can
could
it
be
just
one
be
movie.
One movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, you could be in Die Hard and just be in Ohio the whole time.
Brad
during the
would be
Nakatomi.
in Idiocracy universe.
Yeah, would you? You could take
No.
over.
Oh.
He'd be baiting all day.
You can't choose my answer for me.
You can't choose my answer. All right, Brad, what do you say?
Well, my gut instinct was Cloverfield.
Ooh, why? That's
That's
interesting.
just because of the shaky camera and the giant monsters. But now that I think about it, then I was like, well, maybe the Matrix.
That one makes sense.
I could be unplugged and
Matrix
plug back
is
in.
quite a dark
have a
movie,
bunch
though.
of powers and stuff.
I actually think Matrix makes sense as an answer. It was probably my answer as well, but clearly it got stolen again.
You know, there's a lot of things I'm thinking of right now, but I would have to say I would be in the blank check universe.
Ooh, interesting. Why?
I think the reason's obvious. I have a blank check.
Why would you have
I
it?
don't think that's how it works.
That's how it works. I get the power.
He would enter right.
Wait, there's no power.
I just got a blank. I would enter right when you got handed the blank check.
So you would get hit by that guy in that car when he's pulling out, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and I would be smarter than writing a check for $1 million.
No, you have to do $1 million. Remember? Because that guy, he got mistaken.
Not in this universe. You wouldn't have
This
to.
is the universe.
No, not in this universe. It's a different guy. It's a different guy with a different limit.
So your theory is, in the blank check universe,
I'm gonna make
people
my own blank check.
people
universe.
randomly write blank checks all the time.
All the time, dude. And the guy that wrote me the blank check is Jeff Bezos. And I got all the money.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And then I could go to Amazon anytime that I wanted to, and I could buy a bunch, or not even have to buy it, because pretty much he would know that I had all the money.
I would want to be in the 51st States universe so that I could wake up every day and forget what happened before. I'd want to be in the Groundhog Day universe.
that one would be interesting too.
That would be
but it'd get
interesting.
boring fast, you know. I mean, because you'd have no concept of time, so there's no fast or slow anyway.
But you would be able to do whatever you wanted.
But it'd be the same every day, just different variations on the same day.
That's all it is.
I think
Deep.
deep
Think about it.
deep. I think Matrix is probably the best answer because one, you don't have to be Neo. You don't have to be what was Lawrence Fishburne Morpheus. You don't have to be Morpheus, but you can find them in the Matrix. You know that they plug in a lot in New York City or wherever. What is New York City?
It's just big.
It's
urban.
a large city.
Well,
Yeah.
thank goodness that Ready Player One takes place in Columbus, Ohio, and also in a fake world like the Matrix. So maybe we're finally gonna get our due. But you could unplug because you find them like, look, dude, I know everything. And if you plug in during the first Matrix, you can skip all that garbage in the other ones and make sure it doesn't happen. So I think it's pretty good.
It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
It's solved then. Let's do it. How do we do it?
Yeah, good. Do you guys have any other questions?
Brad, do you have any?
I feel like I know everything I ever needed to know about both of you.
Aw,
Yep.
that's beautiful, Brad.
It is? I thought it was kind of insulting.
No, I'm not a deep person.
No.
Okay.
Neither is Brad. He's
Yeah.
not very deep.
Yeah, I personally, what you see is what you get, and what you get is pretty gross. So
That is true.
great. All right.
Feeling good about that.
Yep. Boho.
Yep.
Boho break.
Boho break.
Brad, can we try to stick it to your head? I bet that doesn't hurt.
Can I try to shoot a real apple off of your head?
Yeah.
You don't even know who William Tell is.
Will he tell?
Willie Telly tell.
Will he tell you?
Tell you
What?
one,
Tell
tell
me
you two.
what? Will he tell me what? Will you tell me?
I hope that
I will.
you listeners have found this to be very informative and you
Willie
know a little bit about us. And soon when the website launches, we'll have bios that are certainly not made up for everybody. What animal raised you again, Brad?
Centaur.
Aardvark.
Aardvark. What would a half aardvark?
Otherwise known as Earth Pig.
What animal? Well, I guess what mythical creature would you call half aardvark, half human?
Centard.
All right.
Who's calling you right now?
Ooh, you getting a call?
My mom.
Oh, should we put her on? Can you put her on speaker? Can you put her on speaker?
I'd rather not.
Scared what she has to say about you?
I mean, she could let us learn a
has
few
she
things.
has she watched yet?
We've learned enough about me for the day.
The day. Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Churd and the Turd team. I hope you feel happy about who we are because we're not leaving. We're here to stay.
We're all awful, though. Let's move on to the next thing.
Okay.
On to the next one.